Hey guys, welcome back. You might be looking to retire, you might be looking to get the heck out of the rat race, or you might just want to make just a little bit of extra income each month. In this video, I'm going to be talking about what are the best sources of passive income. All right, so first I'm gonna be talking about why it's not rentals and why it's not Airbnbs and why it's not flipping houses like you see on HGTV. And I'm gonna talk about one of the absolute best kept secrets of passive income and real estate that everyone is completely driving by every single day and not even turning their heads twice for it. All right, first let's talk about rentals. Rentals takes a lot of money to purchase, and it takes a lot of time and property management and repairs and roof leaks and plumbing issues and septic tank backups. I could talk about all these things. And do I buy rentals? Yes, I buy rentals, but I would not say it is the best source of passive income for me. A lot of times my rentals are only $200 to $300 a month net after all expenses. And then if we have a big capital expenditure, and basically what does that mean? That is like a roof repair, or we have to replace a septic system, or we just had a huge flood the other day in one of our basements. We ultimately lose all that passive income, and we sometimes, a lot of times, go in the negative every year for our rental property. So that's why that is not the ultimate best source of passive income, and that's why I'm not recommending it for this video today. Next, it's not Airbnbs either. Now, this is a great way to make income. It's a great way to have a vacation rental in the mountains or on a lake or on the beach that you would like. But this is not really passive income. There's a lot of management. There's a lot of upkeep. There's a lot of wear and tear. People come in and out, and there's always things breaking. There's always things that have to clean. Like we have a lake house. Every time I go to this lake house, there's always something that needs to be fixed. The house needs pressure washed because the bugs and all these things. I would not consider this a great source of passive income unless it's 100% managed by someone else. Now, let me tell you, we do make income. We do make positive cash flow on our Airbnbs, but still not the best source of passive income. And then finally, I want to talk about it's not flipping houses. This is probably the least passive way to make income in business and real estate because there is a lot of active work involved in flipping houses. We got contractors ripping us off. We literally just caught a contractor in one of our houses the other day painting someone else's cabinets because our house had heat and his client's house did not. He took our whole deposit and ran off the job with it. So that's not very passive. Now, granted, we make big chunks of money every few months flipping houses, and that works for us, but it's still not the best source of passive income. And finally, as promised, what is the absolute best source of passive income? And that is something that does not take any maintenance. The buyers are not calling us every single month because the toilet has stopped up or the roof is leaking or the basement flooded. It is something that is so easily managed, and the buyers are incentivized to pay you every single month, and that is vacant raw land. And you might be thinking, holy cow, Brent, people don't invest in vacant raw land. You don't make any money from it, right? There's no way to get rent off of it. There's no way to make money off of it. And let me tell you, there absolutely is, and it's the holy grail of passive income investing. So I'm going to give you a quick scenario of my second land deal and show you how passive income from this land payment was a complete paradigm shift for me, as Stephen Covey would say, and it completely changed my way of thinking. It gave me financial freedom, and it gave me time freedom because I'm paid multiple times a day from land note. What is a note? It's basically where it's a promise to pay. Someone has promised to go to work every single day to pay me each month for their land. And guys, sometimes I have to pinch myself. Just a few short years ago, I was working 12 hours a day every single day, 5 days a week, if I was not deployed or in the field with the military. And guys, this has changed my life. It has built a financial fortress of financial freedom that nothing can ever get through, and it protects me and my family. And every single day we have land payments coming in, so I'm paid multiple times a day, and that gives me time freedom from passive income. Now, I could retire, I could do other business ventures, we can go on vacation, we can do all these things, and it's changed my life because it allows me to do each day what I want to do with my time rather than being handcuffed by a boss, someone that's got me on their treadmill accomplishing their financial goals and not mine. So why is land the best source of passive income? I talked to you about the second deal. That second land deal that I ever did was I purchased it for $500, and I actually got it from the tax delinquent list. This was a parcel of land that was behind on taxes. The owner had not paid the taxes for almost 3 years, and this land was in Colorado. It was actually in Colorado Springs, in an area surrounded by state land, so it was technically landlocked. It wasn't that good of property. You couldn't actually build anything on it right away. We needed an attorney to basically get us ingress and egress, so it wasn't the most desirable land. But the seller told me he would sell it to me for $500, and I knew that I could find a buyer for this 4 acres very easily if I went to Craigslist and put $500 down and $400 a month. $500 down and $400 a month, because Americans think is, what is it going to cost me each month? And not everyone's walking around with $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 to buy a piece of land, but most of us can come up with $400 a month. So I put it on Craigslist on a Sunday. By Monday, I had the $500 down, so I got my money back out of that land, and now I had a note every single month paying me $400 a month. Well, let me tell you, $400 a month for me at that time in 2016 was absolutely life-changing, because now my truck payment is being covered every single month by this one land deal. And let me tell you, I only had $4,900 a month in expenses each month. My expenses were $4,900 a month, and I made almost $6,000 a month from the Army. Well, my mind completely shifted. I was like, okay, this time I covered my truck payment. Next time I'm gonna cover my wife's van payment. The next land deal, the third land deal, I'm gonna cover the electric bill. And then eventually I'm gonna cover the mortgage payment. And before we knew it, 9 months later, I'm up to almost $6,000 a month, and I've completely replaced my Army income, and I'm now financially free. I also had time freedom because I'm being paid every single month for these land deals. And eventually I had geography freedom because I got out of the military, and I was able to move wherever I'd like, because I can do this from anywhere in the world. That by far is the absolute ultimate best way to make passive income with vacant raw land. All right, guys, now let's move on to exactly how to set up this passive income stream. Money comes into your bank account every single month. But before I do, I want you to smash that red subscribe button. And if you do, I promise you there's probably gonna be a big bowl of ice cream sitting on your counter tonight before you go to bed that you can enjoy. It brings good luck. All right, let's get back into it. All right, so let me tell you the steps of how to set up this passive income just like I did while I was working 12 hours a day for the military. So the first thing is you want to pick your playground. And I love your own backyard within about a 2 hour to 2.5 hour driving radius, because it allows you to be able to go and meet the seller. It allows you to go and meet the buyer and put signs out to sell your land and meet buyers and collect down payments and that $500 and the $400 a month. That first land deal I did, that buyer drove the money to my house every single month. And it was a little creepy, you know, sometimes you just show up with cash, but that's all cool. I don't do that anymore. It automatically goes into my bank account, but I didn't have these systems in the very beginning. So one is pick that playground. Number two, I want you to pick a list of landowners that are ready for you to buy their land from them. And these guys are motivated. They're ready to get rid of this land. And I'm going to show you 2 ways to get that list. One is you can call the tax collector or the county treasurer and ask for a list of people that are behind on their taxes. They're no longer paying their taxes, and you just want to buy the land from them and get those taxes caught up. So some counties, they call that the tax collector. Some counties, they call it the tax or the treasurer's office. You might have to ask a few people. You might have to go inside because they might not understand what you're looking to do. Really, you just want a list of people that have been behind on their taxes. And the second way to do that, I'm going to give you an even easier way to get a list of people that are just ready to sell their land. And over 25% of the people on this list will need to sell their land in the next 24 months. And where do you find this list at? It is at inheritedlandlist.com. This link is going to take you to a site called US Lead List, and that's by going to inheritedlandlist.com. Go to the US Lead List and put in your state, fill out the form, get a quote, and you will get a list of people that have inherited land in certain parts of the country. You just put where you're at and go ahead and start mailing that list. Step number 3, a letter that says, hey, my name is Brent, or whatever your name is. I'd like to buy your land. If you're interested in an all cash, no hassle offer, please call me or text me. God bless you. Brent. And just wait for the phone to ring and start communicating with these sellers looking to sell this land. And when you find someone that's ready, willing, and able to sell the land, figure out what that land is worth by calling a realtor. That's step number 4. Calling a realtor and asking what that land is worth, or looking it up on Zillow, looking up what comparable properties are selling for on Zillow. You know, I like to go to the solds, and let's just say it's a half-acre parcel of land in the 80906. Then I want to look at half-acre parcels of land that sold in the last 6 months in the 80906 zip code. So that's comparing apples to apples. But if you want the easy button, call a realtor. And then step number 5 is get that property under contract. I'm going to give you the exact purchase agreement that I use to get hundreds and hundreds of properties under contract, but I just want you to run this by your real estate attorney. What if you don't have a real estate attorney? Then call an attorney and ask if they'll verify and make sure this purchase agreement is good to use in your state, and get that property under contract. The final step, step number 6, is find a buyer for that land. And you can do that by going to Craigslist and putting an ad on Craigslist, putting signs out, half acre, must sell, phone number, and also Facebook buy-sell groups are working very, very well to find buyers for our land. And that's it. That's how you set up your monthly passive income. And guys, I hope you're able to go out and do a deal today. Do not overthink this. Land is simple. It's easy. This is virtually no competition. This will give you financial freedom and time freedom, and then geography freedom. And if you'd like for me to hold your hand through the entire process, I want you to go right now to thelandsharks.com. That's thelandsharks.com. Fill out the form, schedule a call, and if I like what you have to say, I might even invite you into the training course.